Hey everybody, we're in the final home stretch leading into the vacation, and I appreciate the work that you've done. I have one last piece in this Geotourism Mount Everest unit that we're talking about. There will not be a unit test, so no worries there. But I have one last topic that I want to talk about and give you a little bit of basic information. So, as you can see on the screen, the first thing I want to say is there's this concept called geotourism. What is geotourism? Tourism that sustains or enhances the geographical character of a place, its environment, culture, aesthetics, heritage, and the well-being of its residents. To explain what each of these things means, sustain means to maintain over the long term. Geotourism sustains over the long term, maintains. Enhance, improve, and make better. Geographical character, all the features that distinguish one place from other places, what gives a place its character. Environment, the conditions that surround us, of course. Culture, the total set of shared beliefs, values, goals, practices of a group of people. Aesthetics, a pleasing appearance or effect, basically beauty. Heritage is anything that's handed down from one generation to another, what's passed by tradition. Well-being, a good or satisfactory condition characterized by health, happiness, and prosperity. So that's geotourism. Geotourism is basically tourism that tries to make a place better so that it can be passed on from one generation to another. Another thing that we're going to be looking at is what's called a World Heritage Site. World Heritage Sites are landmarks officially recognized by the United Nations, and specifically the organization within the UN called UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. A World Heritage Site is selected on the basis of having natural, cultural, or mixed significance, and that is thus important to the collective interests of all humanity. By cultural, we're often saying historical. So a World Heritage Site can be a natural site like Yosemite National Park. It can be a cultural site like the pyramids. Sometimes it's a mixed site that combines both nature and cultural historical value. A World Heritage Site is legally protected by international laws and treaties. Currently, there are 1,092 World Heritage Sites in 167 countries of the world. And as an example, Mount Everest is a World Heritage Site. Another related term is what's called ecotourism. Ecotourism is a form of tourism involving visiting fragile, pristine, and relatively undisturbed natural areas, intended as a low-impact and often small-scale alternative to standard commercial mass tourism. Ecotourism is basically going to fragile places and trying to appreciate those places and not leave any harm at all. I want to talk finally about the difference between what we sometimes call bad tourism and good tourism. So what's meant by bad tourism? Bad tourism is basically tourism that's selfish, rude, or arrogant. When someone goes into a place like they own the place and is basically kind of ignorant. Bad tourists leave a trace. That might mean litter or pollution, damage to the site, things of that nature. They disobey the rules. They go where they want to go, even though it might say no one is to go beyond this line, and they go anyway. Sometimes they take things as a souvenir. They might take a rock or a stone, which might not seem important, but what happens if everybody takes a rock or a stone from a place? They might cut off a branch from a tree or carve their initials into a tree. They ignore the site's value to the local population, and basically they're disrespectful of the local culture. That's what we mean by bad tourism. On the other hand, what is good tourism? Good tourism is basically being respectful of the site, of its history, of its rules, and of the local culture in general. Good tourists leave no trace. No one should know that they were ever there. What do they take? They take pictures, not things. And they obey the site's rules and its regulations. So that's what we sometimes call good and bad tourism. I have one final assignment for you to do over the next couple of days. It's due by Friday, so it's not due tomorrow. Feel free to work on it. And by the way, if you're still working on your Mount Everest journal assignment, just get it in. Finish it up, get it in, certainly by the end of the week, so you don't have to worry about it over the break. The final assignment I'm going to give you is basically related to UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to answer these questions generally by doing Google search. And then there's a list of World Heritage Sites, and this is the assignment, or I should say the list of those World Heritage Sites right here from across the world, all the World Heritage Sites. And there's actually a key that'll tell you that there are cultural sites which are marked by a gold diamond. There are natural sites marked by a green diamond. And then there are mixed sites which combine cultural and natural value that are both green and gold. The ones that are in red are the ones that are considered in danger, that they are threatened one way or another. So back to this assignment, you're going to answer some questions based on what UNESCO World Heritage Sites are using a Google search. Then you want to go to that same list I just showed you and go through and list out the number of World Heritage Sites for 5 different African countries, 5 different Asian countries, 5 different European countries, etc. And pick a World Heritage Site from each of those countries, one, and then decide which one you would like to visit the most. Okay, so that's what the assignment is. And this will be due on Friday. As always, please feel free to contact me, sbaim@ridleysd.org. Contact me through Canvas. I'll get back to you just as soon as possible. I hope you guys are well. And since I won't be talking to you for some time, have a great break. Take it easy. Take a break from school. Enjoy yourselves as much as you can. I know these are difficult times. We're all feeling it. We're all having a hard time being stuck at home. I hope that you're coping well and that you're in good spirits. Take care, guys.